What is wrong with this team? Everything. I don't know what is wrong. Like it's just never easy, is it?
Lin Dunn didn't just criticize Stephanie White, she went all in. And now Indiana Fever fans are losing it. Things in the Fever's front office just got a lot messier. And this drama could seriously affect Caitlin Clark's future. This isn't just some small disagreement, it could change how the league handles its top stars. What do you think? Should Coach Stephanie White be fired? Or does she deserve more time? Tell us in the comments.
I'll say it. Fire Stephanie White. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Let's be real, this is a full-blown circus. I'm breaking down every crazy detail of the drama unfolding in Indianapolis. Lin Dunn didn't hold back on social media. And when a veteran exec starts calling people out like this in public, it's not just drama, it's a full-on fire inside the Fever organization.
Lin Dunn posting, and this is again the former like GM of the Fever, who's now something to do with the Fever. I don't know what her role is. She goes, don't expect the players to do it if you don't drill it.
Let's rewind for a moment. This season was supposed to be big for the Indiana Fever. They came in looking like a super team. Veterans like Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, and Sydney Colson made it seem like they were building the Avengers. On paper, a dream. In reality, a total mess. But it's not just about losing games, the real problem is how they're handling Caitlin Clark. She's the most exciting player the league has seen in years, breaking records and the internet. And what does Coach Stephanie White do? Takes the ball out of her hands and sticks her in a boring motion offense that's putting fans to sleep.
I mean, this offense looked awful, and Sydney Colson, my God, is terrible running point guard on this team. Terrible.
If you're lucky enough to have missed this so-called motion offense, picture players just passing the ball in circles like a game of hot potato, hoping something good happens. That's basically it. It looks more like a high school drill than a pro system. And when you've got a talent like Caitlin Clark, running the kind of offense isn't just a bad choice, it's almost sabotage. It's like buying a Lamborghini and never taking it past 20 miles per hour.
They had 0 fast break points. 0 fast break points on the game. 0. 0 fast break points. I don't care what this score ends up.
Just look at what Clark did at Iowa. She was the offense. She played in a free-flowing system, made the calls, and lit up the scoreboard. Even last week against the Liberty, she racked up 54 points between scoring and assists. That's what happens when you let her run the show. But Stephanie White refuses to give her the keys, forcing her into a system that completely dulls her game. Then came the social media drama. Lin Dunn, once the Fever's GM, now stuck in a vague senior advisor role, had enough. She posted a not-so-subtle message online about not expecting players to execute things you don't actually practice. Sounds innocent, but let's be real, it was full of shade. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out exactly who she was calling out.
Stephanie White is getting destroyed today. Ken Swift posted this, a picture of what's supposed to be Christy's side.
And it wasn't just what Lin Dunn said, it was when she said it. Her post came right after another brutal loss where the offense looked completely lost. The players were confused, Clark was clearly frustrated, and the fans? They were one bad possession away from grabbing pitchforks. Dunn didn't just throw shade, she basically handed the internet a full playbook of everything wrong with White's coaching, and the fans, they're done being nice. One brutally honest comment said, "The fans are turning on Stephanie White, and fast." These aren't casuals, these are loyal Fever supporters who stuck with this team through thick and, let's be honest, mostly thin. If they're already flipping this early in the season, that's not a red flag, that's a neon billboard screaming, "We've seen enough."
They were embarrassingly bad without Caitlin Clark. They were just embarrassingly bad. And I mean this. A good coach will figure something out. A good coach will figure something out. Does this team play defense? No. I mean this team doesn't play defense. They've just gotten lucky. Teams miss shots. They've gotten lucky, teams miss shots. They don't play defense. They still don't play defense. I know they held the Mystics to 83 points. This was a Mystics team who were not shooting well. They don't play defense. They don't defensive rebound. They don't put in any effort. And that's on coach. That is on the coach.
What makes this all even more frustrating is that it was totally avoidable. People were warning about this months ago. They said it was a terrible idea to throw someone as creative and dynamic as Caitlin Clark into a stiff system like the motion offense. They'd begged the coaching staff to build around her. But Stephanie White clearly thought she knew better, and now the results speak for themselves, and here's what'll really blow your mind. White got fined for criticizing the refs, but maybe, just maybe, she should spend less time complaining about calls and more time fixing her playbook. Because what's killing this team isn't a few bad whistles. It's the fact that they're wasting a once-in-a-generation talent. Let's talk numbers. When Clark is on the floor, the Fever's offensive rating is 107.5. When she's off, it drops to 82.2. That's a 25-point difference. Not a small dip, a total offensive collapse.
Sorry, there is no way you can have 0 fast break points a team unless you are actively trying to not run. Unless you are trying to not run. You cannot have 0 fast break points as a team. Someone just said it, no defense, no offense, no fight. Outside of Lexi Hull and Aaliyah, or not even, I can't even blame Aaliyah Boston. She didn't touch the ball.
This so-called motion offense is supposed to create flow and rhythm, but in reality, it just kills momentum and chokes out playmakers. And with someone like Caitlin Clark, who sees the court in 4K before anyone else even reacts, you want her creating, improvising, slinging passes. Instead, they've got her standing around, tossing sideways passes. You wouldn't tell Steph Curry to only take layups, so why are they boxing Clark in? And don't even get me started on this take the ball out of Caitlin's hands idea. She's already a living legend, led Iowa to back-to-back title games, shattered scoring records, made the WNBA must-watch TV, and became a first-team All-WNBA player as a rookie. You don't rein that and you unleash it.
But the Fever got rid of her, and the Fever got rid of her coach. They got rid of her, and they got rid of her coach. They got rid of exactly what she wanted to do. And you know what? I hate saying this. Lin Dunn was probably right when she said it should be a 5-year plan to improve. That the plan to improve should be a 5-year thing.